Hello to all my beautiful viewers out there. Today I'm going to be discussing the story behind the upcoming Jordan and Nike SB collab. But before we begin, if you could like, comment and share the video, you'd be doing me a huge favor. And if you have subscribed to the channel, I would like to thank you so much for doing so. If you haven't already, you know where the little button is below. Now, to start it off with, we'll start talking about the Jordan 1s and the idea of them getting retroed. So, if you don't know what the Air Jordan 1 is, it's the first pair of Jordans that Michael Jordan wore when playing for the NBA. Nike sponsored him and gave him a huge sponsorship deal, and eventually he was able to create his first shoe, which of course was the Air Jordan 1. It looks like this. So this is what it looks like, or what it looked like when it came out in 1985. No Jumpman on the back and no Jumpman on the tongue. That's how you know that the shoe is OG, and that's what it looked like when it came out in 1985. It has been retroed, which is the concept that I'll talk about next, quite a few times, and this is the retroed pair that came out in 2015, the latest installment of the Air Jordan 1 Chicago. Speaking of the Chicagos, the two colorways that he wore and the two colorways that came out initially were the Chicagos and Breads. Neither of those two colorways are his favorite colorway. His favorite colorway that he's gone on record saying were the Royals, which is the black and blue colorway. If you don't know what retroing is this idea of re-releasing shoes that were released in the past, but at a future date or current date, to commemorate a date in the past that may have been, you know, a big monumental event for either the shoe, the person that wore it, the person that designed it. There can be a whole, you know, list of reasons of why they would retro a shoe. For an example, the 2015 Jordan 1 Chicagos that I was talking about, they were released in 2015, which is 30 years after Michael Jordan first wore them in 1985. That's why they got retroed. They've also been retroed a whole other amount of times in like the 90s, early 2000s, stuff like that. They get retroed quite frequently, like every couple years, but every single time a classic iconic silhouette gets retroed, or colorway, it can sell out or be potentially a big driver in, you know, increase in sales in Jordan brand or Nike or whatever brand that decides to retro them entirely, you know. So not just these sell out, but it'll increase the sales of the whole company essentially. And for many years, that's what Jordan brand has thrived off. They haven't really released a whole lot of Jordans. Like over the past 6-7 years, there's only been a couple Jordan models that have actually released, a couple new ones. They've mainly been thriving off retroed pairs that have just sold really, really well, and then that's caused other Jordans to sell really well as well, either because the new Jordans they'll release in old colorways like a Chicago colorway. I know that the Jordan 32s got a bread colorway, and the bread colorway is an iconic colorway for the Jordan 1, not the Jordan 32s, but it's the idea that it's, you know, a throwback to the past and etc., that makes it sell really well, and that's why they retro a lot of shoes. But that brings me to talk about what's going to happen for this upcoming release this Saturday. So Jordan brand and Nike SB are collaborating, and I'm going to go tell you guys why they are collaborating together this weekend and stuff like that. Essentially what is dropping this Saturday are two pairs of, I would say they're Jordan 1s, but what they are is they're a collaboration between Nike SB and Jordan brand, and they're releasing two pairs like this pair here. I showcased this one in the sneaker collection video I did. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But what these are the 2015 Lance Mountain Nike SB Jordan 1 collaboration. And what happens is that as I wear these, the black fades away and the paint comes off and stuff like that, and then the real color's exposed. As you can see, I've exposed the back of it here just so you guys can see what it looks like and stuff like that. They're doing that for two pairs this weekend. One of them looks like a Lakers colorway of the Jordan 1, and the other one is like a platinum silver colorway. Now what's going to happen with the Lakers colorway is that as you wear it away, it turns into a Chicago, which is kind of cool. I reckon as you wear it away and as the color comes through, that'll be a really cool concept, because you'll see the purple and yellow fade into this. I think that's really cool. I would definitely go for that pair. The platinum silver one, that when you wear it away, it's meant to represent New York, probably the, you know, industrial concrete jungle that New York is. I think the color and stuff like that's meant to represent that. When you wear that away, these luscious pinks come out from underneath it. I would definitely get that one as well, but my priority would be more towards the Lakers colorway. I think that's really cool. Both pairs will have laces that will compensate the colors that it was before the paint fades away and after. So cool, very cool concept. I don't know if the laces will be Nike SB laces like these pair here. Jordans have very different laces. I don't know if you can tell from the video, but the Jordan 1 laces are a lot thinner than the thicker Nike SB laces. If you get both pairs, then you'll see what I mean. You can definitely see that a Jordan 1's laces are thinner. Some people were quite annoyed at the colorway that the Lakers pair has, mainly because they're like, what's the reason that the Lakers one turns into a Chicago one? Is it meant to commemorate and show that there are people that are fake fans of Chicago's and that will go Lakers depending on who's winning in the game? No, the whole reason that they're doing this retro with Nike SB is because back in the 90s when Jordan 1s started to get retro, you know, they did their first retro of the original colorways, a lot of people weren't buying them. A lot of people didn't really care for the Jordans being retroed in the early 90s. They were just like, this is lame, why would I buy this shoe again? You know, who cares? Jordan doesn't even wear them anymore. He's wearing, you know, the later Jordans. Why would I care about the Jordan 1s? So they were going on to discount racks, right? They were going to, you know, sale 50% off plus, because nobody wanted them. Nobody cared, yada, yada, yada. And this is where Nike SB comes into play, because the people that did buy them when they were on the discount racks were skaters, and skaters absolutely love the Jordan 1s because of their durability. They're flat, so you know they're perfect for a skateboard. They've got heaps and heaps of durability on the sole because it's made out of solid rubber, so they last for ages. And unlike standard conventional, you know, skating shoes that have like canvas or suede uppers, this is leather. And if you've skated in leather, you know leather lasts a long time when you're skating and, you know, you're scuffing it and everything like that. Which is why they're commemorating the upcoming release by doing a collaboration with Nike SB to release something like this. Personally, I think it's cool. I can't wait. I hope they release them in size 17 so I can pick myself up a pair. But I'm really keen. The story, you know, behind it saying that, you know, the upcoming pairs are for skaters because skaters basically bought and saved Jordan Brand during the 90s. If you want a little bit of proof of that, I'd say just look up like iconic 90s skaters, and without a doubt there are definitely going to be photos of skaters in the 90s wearing Jordans and stuff like that. There's a couple like Tony Hawk. There's a couple photos of Tony Hawk. I'll see if I can find one for you guys, but I know a mate of mine sent me a photo of him. He was wearing Jordans back in the day, and they were like very hard on their Jordans. Like they definitely destroyed them back in the day. There's a couple photos of Jordan 1s from 90s skaters where they've got like tape all around the front of the shoe just because they want to like make them last as long as possible. I love that attitude. I love the attitude that the 90s skaters had towards their shoes. I think it's sick. But that's the story of the upcoming release this Saturday. It's to commemorate the relationship between Nike SB and Jordan and skaters and basketball shoes and Jordan in general, and how they came together in the early 90s basically to coincide and breathe new life and a new market to potentially a shoe that nobody could see becoming a good skate shoe. I mean, no one could forecast that this would be a good skate shoe until famous skaters in the 90s and skaters in general wore them and bought them, you know? Like, that's how it happened. It's a pretty cool story. But that's it, guys. That's the story of the Nike SB collab with Jordan this weekend. Let me know in the comment section if you're going to go for a pair. I know that a couple places like Sneakers and stuff on their app, they're doing a raffle. End is doing a raffle. I don't know many other places that are doing raffles. You might be able to buy them in store. I haven't really looked into it too much because I'm pretty content with having the original pair that came out in 2015. Like, I don't really mind too much if I don't get it. I'd be happy if I got the Lakers pair, but I doubt I'm going to get them. But let me know in the comments if you got them or you're going to get them. And if you want to help the channel out, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and share the video. And if you really want to help me out, definitely subscribe to the channel. And until next time, though, fellas, I'll catch you later.